Listen. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Psychology Eats. So, what's eating you? And you, and you, and you, and you, and you. I ain't on nothing. I ain't on nothing. I ain't on nothing. 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 You hear me? I ain't on nothing. I ain't on nothing. I know nothing. I know nothing. Hey y'all. Hi Doris. Y'all, I really think I better go get a summer job. I'm bored. Hi Shayway. I was proud of myself. I just did an hour-long live on TikTok. Once you get going, it's not that bad. Because you know I'm not a live girly. I'm just not. But once I started, ooh, once I started the live, and my goal is to go live every day on this platform and the other one. I know I can do them both at the same time, but on on this platform, on that's disgusting. Over here, I'm more interactive with the comment section. Over on TikTok, when people don't give you the time of day, honey. Y'all remember I told y'all I have to do a video on this product? What the hell? What the hell? What the helly? See, that's my problem. I don't want to read shit. Okay, what does it say now? This is a tooth. Hi, Miss M Jones. This is a tooth whitening strips. Dang, I can't even read the directions. I'm gonna do this in my bathroom. Here are the directions. Here are the strips. And we're gonna see if this is gonna get these teeth of mine whiter. And then it comes with this. What is this? What the hell? This. We're gonna look through this kit. I'm gonna try to do this tonight. Since I took a 3-hour nap. So how's everyone doing? What are we gossiping about tonight? Anything good? Who do we want to talk about? Whose business do we want to get into? And we ain't going to tear them down to the white meat, but we just going to tell them how we think they should live their life. We ain't going to tear them down to the white meat. We just going to tell them how we think they should live their life. So, there's another story that is trending regarding two sisters who went to Miami to get BBLs. And one of them didn't come home. One of them did not come home. So what happens, and I only know this through the internet, because people been getting BBLs. Hey, Cheryl. They've been getting BBLs long before, like the girlies, the celebrities, the rich girlies. They've been going to get these BBLs and adding more booty and all of the things. They've been doing it for years. But now with social media, the regular degulars, hey Jesus, the regular degular folks like you and me who want to go get some booty, we can go and get the booty now for a reasonable price. So these two sisters were so excited and they took their followers on the journey to go and get their BBLs. I don't know what state they were from, but they traveled to Miami. Yeah, they traveled to Miami to get their BBLs. One sister had a BBL already. That's the one that didn't make it home. She already had the BBL, but she went. She had just had a baby. Her baby was not even a year old. She was going with her younger sister to go get her BBL, and she was going to get a mommy makeover, which is a tummy tuck, and I think they a tummy tuck, and they might do something with your tits. And so, what happens is when you go get a BBL. Now, if anybody in here don't have a BBL, you correct me if I'm wrong. But these surgeries are done in a local. This goddamn fly. That surgery is done in a local office. Hey, hey, hey. There, it's done in a local office. It's not in a hospital setting. I mean, their offices look like a hospital, High Butterfly, but it's not a hospital. It's the same thing if you go. I remember, like, you go and have a surgery. Now, I always had my surgeries at the hospital. Damn all of that. Just in case something go down. But my husband had a rotator cuff surgery. And I'm thinking we're going to the hospital. We did not go to the hospital. It was a surge center. When you walked in the back, it looked like a hospital, though. Wait a minute, am I lying? No, I had my gallbladder taken out at the hospital. So, hey, digital dreamer, you a digital dreamer, you should know. So, anyway, hi, Sharice. So, anyway, let me get back to the story of the two sisters who went to go get their BBL. Who was that? So, these two sisters went to Miami to get their BBL surgery. Okay. So, they get, they go to the surgery center. They have you know what I'm talking about, Butterfly? I know. I saw it on Carlos King. That's what I'm talking about it from. They had the BBLs. They took their audience with them. I'm thinking over on TikTok. And so they took us, they showed us what their bag looked like, the blah, blah, blah. They were so excited. They have a successful surgery. Now, here come the tricky part. Here come the tricky part, y'all. When you have a BBL surgery or a mommy makeover or a tit lift, butt lift, ear lift, eye lift, because you're at a surgery center, you are, I guess once your vitals are stable, you're discharged, you're dismissed. So then there's people who have started recovery centers. Like I could literally be a recovery center. There's no there's no laws. Could y'all hit the like button? Can you hit the like button? Thank you. There are no laws yet regarding who could run a aftercare center. And so these folks are just renting Airbnbs. Let's say I want to do a Psychology Eats BBL aftercare center. I could do it at my house. And I just advertise if you're getting a BBL, come to my aftercare center and I'll take care of you for 3 days. $1,500. These don't have to be nurses, medical assistants, CNAs, electrician. Anybody can do it. So the sisters went to a known, and I think the one that passed away had been to this lady's aftercare center before, and it was successful. So I used to follow this lady. She was a nurse though. She was a RN and she had and I believe she had a license for her aftercare program. And a lot of people, celebrities too, went to her. But anywho, so the two sisters went. Hi, Pierce. So the two sisters went to her aftercare. They went to this aftercare. While they were at the aftercare, they were only at the aftercare a few hours from what it sounded like. And the one sister, what they think happened, the officials, is that of course you are in tremendous amount of pain. A BBL, imagine, they are cutting open your buttocks, I think. They're cutting you. They gotta get them, they gotta stuff it. 22 people in the chat. Yes, please, guys. Hit the like button. Boop, boop, boop. Anyway, so when she got to both sisters, they were in the room together too, y'all. They was in a because they showed the audience before they went to get the surgery. So they both had twin beds in the same room. So y'all gotta imagine. Now they coming back from surgery, tremendous amount of pain. I'm sure the doctor gave them opiates. You know, you gotta at that you. I know people be like, I don't want to take opiates, and I'm gonna get constipated. That kind of pain from having your butt split and stuff. Oh, you gonna need something. So they're on pain meds, whatever they on. Next thing you know, the sister is unresponsive. Well, what they're saying is the other sister is saying that they came into the room. Somebody who worked at the recovery center came in and gave her medicine. Hi, Jackie. They came in and gave her medicine. My assumption is that they get. I'm thinking, wouldn't they just give her what the doctor ordered? Why are you trying to give her something on top of what the doctor ordered? The doctor probably ordered pain medication. I could see the pain medication, and you got a stock of Mucilex, because you know pain medications give you. Hi, Ann. Thank you for your membership. Um, so, okay, so just imagine the one sister becomes unresponsive. The other sister's in the bed beside her, probably freaking out, but also woozy. Hit the like button. Hit the like button, guys. Thank you. But the other sister is woozy. And she's probably like, what's going on? I believe, I'm assuming, they called the ambulance. She didn't make it. She didn't make it. She did not make it. And so the other sister said, now this is, y'all can check out Carlos, is it Carlos? Carlos King's channel. The other sister was like, it's no way I'm staying here. My sister literally just died in the bed next to me. I'm not staying here. Who she said she called? She said she called somebody out in Miami, and they came and got, oh, she called another recovery house that she was aware of, I believe. And they came and got her and took care of her at their at their recovery house. I know, Butterfly, I don't know. I don't know. So now, because you know there's no licensing or anything else, they gonna charge the lady. Her name is Khalees, I think, something like that. You know, will she be charged with homicide, unintentional death? I don't know. I don't know. This is when things like this happen. Is when regulations start. When stuff like this happens, having a BBL is a medical procedure. And you should be surrounded by medical personnel. At least the first 24 hours, in my opinion, the doctors that are giving these BBL surgeries, they should be mandated to care for their patients for at least 48 to 36 hours. And the patients will have to meet a certain criteria: pain management, swelling. I ain't a nurse. Pain management, what's your swelling looking like? Can you walk? Can you urinate? Can you take a stinky? All of this criteria must be met before you can leave Dr. Miami's office. None of these regulations are in place. These doctors are literally, this is how Kanye West mama died. She had surgery. I think she had a no, she had a tummy tuck. She go to one of these doctors in their office. She get the tummy tuck, and her assistant drive off going home. An hour or two after the tummy tuck. She get home and have a heart attack or whatever, y'all. I don't remember. I just know she died. These doctors should be mandated to keep that patient. They should have a recovery center themselves, or in their office space. Okay, upstairs will be the surgeries. The second floor, the second floor is recovery center. Charge the people for it. Instead of them going to Psychology Eats Recovery Center, and Psychology Eats don't even know how to take somebody's blood pressure. That's another criteria. What's your blood pressure? Your blood pressure, your pain level, your swelling. I'm not even a damn doctor or a nurse. I ain't even a goddamn CNN. I know a few CNNs I would trust before a damn doctor, though, honestly. But, oh no, Dr. Miami, he out here shaking his ass. Now, this is not the doctor. I don't believe they went to Dr. Miami. But these cosmetic doctors is so worried about their own shape, ass, and eyes that it's all they can do is do your surgery and hit the street. What I say, CAA, CNN, CNA, yes. I would have more trust in a CNA having an aftercare center than me, than me, or somebody who a goddamn electrician. Like, come on. Anyway, y'all. So the two sisters, hey KK again, Jesus. Yes. Now the sister, oh bless her baby. She's got a 1 year old that is motherless. Motherless. And if I was the other sister, I couldn't even enjoy my new ass. I couldn't enjoy that new ass. Knowing my sister died behind us going to get asses and titties. I couldn't enjoy it. I tell them, take it off. Cut it out. I don't want it no more. Fuck it. I don't want this ass. This ass cost my sister. Y'all stop. This ass cost my sister her life. I don't want it. I don't need it. I don't want it. And I don't agree to it. Take the ass. You can have it. Yeah, y'all. But that's the story I was looking at. I said, oh, damn. Damn. And it's more stories like that. It's women and men dying after they have the gastric surgery. Hey, keep pushing it forward. They dying after the gastric surgery. Any surgery is a risk. Anytime they put that tube down your mouth and anything can happen. Anything can happen. Now I'm about to delay my colonoscopy again. Because it is. Because of this shit. I'll end up on the news. Lady go to get her colonoscopy and she never wake up. The fuck? Now it's delayed. Now I'm not going. No, I'm not going. I'm going to go. Because colon cancer be taking people out like that. But it's just the point. Anywho, y'all, that's all. You just got it done. Ooh, I gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta schedule it. I'm gonna schedule it for July. I'm gonna schedule it for July. Because colon cancer, it seemed like colon cancer spreads so fast. I know, Star, but it's when I had one done, but it's when they put you to sleep is when you're in danger. And I remember when I had my first colonoscopy, it seemed like it was mad people in the room. My husband does the Colgard. I can't do the Colgard because I have cancer runs in my family. It was so many people in that room, and I felt like it was a few of them was unnecessary. And I'm sitting there with my whole ass out. I'm like, why are you here? What? The worst thing you want to do is go to a teaching hospital because you gonna have mad students all around your ass. Have them look at the stomach and the colon at the same time. Oh, hmm. I'm a bit of a hypochondriac. Maybe I'll tell him. I remember what the surgery was I having. I was having fibroids, and I said to the doctor like, "You gonna already be in my stomach? Take the fat out." I'm not that kind of doctor. I don't want to hear all that. You already in there. Use that sucking thing and take some of this belly out. He knew he could have did it. But anywho, anybody who's going to, I had a polyp too. Mine didn't bleed though. That's big. Star, that's a big polyp. 10 years ago, and it's time for another one. Girl, you overdue. I don't have acid reflux. I don't have a gallbladder, which makes I can't eat certain things. We talked about that the other day. I can't eat certain things. And it's a good thing, even though y'all have seen me do many videos from McDonald's, I can't eat their meat. I can only eat their fries and and drink their Diet Coke. That's really all I can eat there. I'm lying. The chicken strips, I can tolerate them. But any meat product or whatever they call meat, I can't eat it. I can't eat it. They just check to see if everything is good. Okay. They can check mine if they want to. I can't eat their burgers. You have a gallbladder. If you don't have a gallbladder, you can't tolerate it. You cannot tolerate it. I know I can't. If I knew I was destroying my gallbladder like that, I might have made some dietary changes years ago. Because not having a gallbladder is really. I can't leave the house unless I know I'm good. I gotta be good. My system rejects it too. Yeah, it's whatever the chemicals are, something that's in their food. I don't know what it is. And I've been getting like all these supplements. Do y'all take vitamin supplements? I can't eat. No, I can't eat it. I know it's because of the gallbladder. Because other people, like all my cousins had their gallbladders out. My sisters had their gallbladders out. We ain't got a gallbladder in the family. We ain't got a gallbladder. We couldn't put 5 people in my family that got a gallbladder. None of us have a gallbladder. And it's all because of our diet and genetics. But they got their gallbladders out in their 20s. Like all my cousins, my sisters, they had the big split down their stomach. Back when they used to open your whole stomach up to take out your gallbladder, I didn't have that. My gallbladder, I didn't get my gallbladder out until I was 50. And that's when I was so sick. That's when I got mine out. That's what I'm saying, and that's why I'm not, mm-mm. And they tell you that. Even like melatonin, you got to make sure you get a good melatonin. If you don't, you're not, it's nothing. There's no melatonin in some of these. The ones from the dollar store is a waste of money. There's no melatonin in there. It's like -1% of melatonin. Had theirs removed. You still got yours, Kay? Hold on to it, girl. Hold on to it tight. My surgeon said mine was so enlarged and inflamed and ready to kill me and burst. And I went to the ER twice and they never diagnosed it. Mm-hmm. Don't trust the ER. I'm going to tell you that. Don't trust the ER. Y'all don't trust that ER. Do not trust that ER. They got so much stuff coming through that ER. Not all those doctors are specialists in everything. Hey! Thank you. We just got memberships. Thank you for gifting 5 memberships, y'all. Thank you, members. Oh, y'all, I'm going to drop y'all something over on the membership. I'm going to drop y'all something. I'm going to drop y'all something on the membership. Thank you for gifting those memberships. Who did that? Yeah, let me go back up. Keep pushing. Thank you. Look, y'all, you're members now. Go on over there because y'all can get some, inside stuff that I don't drop on the production and live. Y'all can get all that. Y'all can get all of that. And I am about to drop that last conversation I had with his attorney. I keep forgetting to do that. I'm going to drop that. I'll do it tonight because I took a 5-hour nap, so I'm up. And I'm off for the summer, so. Thank you. Thank you for dropping those memberships. I appreciate that. But I'm going to give y'all something tonight. You can look at it whenever you want, but I'm going to drop it on the membership tonight, y'all. It's already loaded. I just got to switch it over from private to member. But, y'all, that's all I really wanted to talk about was that BBL situation. Some people were saying that those ladies had low self-esteem and, all this negative things. But I don't see that. I don't, I don't know. They seem very, if you look at their, thank you, Ann. If you look at their life, they didn't seem like that. They had a good life. I smell something. They had a good life. Like, they didn't seem like, oh, if I don't get this done. No. I don't think all women who have enhancements or have low self-esteem. Thank you again. Keep pushing. I don't see that. Maybe some do. And some may have body dysmorphia and all of those things. But for the most part, I don't know. You would have to know them more personal to know whatever that, for them. I don't think I'll be risking surgeries for something like that. That's all. But we're just going to keep them lifted up in prayer. The sister, the baby, you know. Oh, y'all. Another thing I wanted to talk about real quick was, I don't know what state it was, but all the abortion laws are different because there's no federal protection now for abortion. So, whatever state this was, and I'm thinking Florida, there was a lady who went into a coma. I don't know if she had an accident or whatever happened, but she was pregnant, and they wouldn't allow the family to pull the plug, lack of a better word, because they said she was pregnant and the baby had a right to live. And so they kept her in a coma state until she was ready to deliver. And she delivered the baby. The baby was less than a pound. They don't know if the baby gonna have problems or not, because it was and premature, whatever. And so then after, they took the baby from her C-section, they allowed her to pass away. These abortion laws, and let me tell you, I will never promote. I'm not a promoter of people having terminations. I think we need more prevention. In most cases, most women don't wake up thinking, "Oh, I'm gonna get pregnant, then I'm gonna have an abort." Like, no. But birth control should be free. If you on the pill, some women, many women don't have $40, $50 to pay for pills. That is such a sad story. Now that baby, it's got to be the responsibility of family. It was just ridiculous. It was just ridiculous. Depending on the state where you live, you know, depending on the state where you live, now it's back up to, whatever the state say. And the only thing women are going to do is just skip states. If I live in Kentucky and there's absolute no abortion, like you can't get one in Kentucky, you're just going to go to a neighboring state where it's permitted. People been doing that for years before we had Roe v. Wade and the federal protection. If we can't get them here in the United States, people are going to go to Mexico. People are going to go to Canada. People are going to go to Johnny Mae's abortion center in her basement. And Johnny Mae don't know nothing. All she know how to do is give you the concoction and sit in her tub and wait to see what happens. And if Johnny Mae got to go in you and pull it out with a hanger, then that's what she going to do. That's what we going to go back to. But if we go to prevention and women and men are taught, like, protect yourself, protect yourself. You don't want an unwanted situation, pregnancy. You don't want to have to face a termination and where you going to go and how I'm going to get the money and when, like, it's too much. It's too much. And these little girlies out here playing games with the Plan B pill, collecting $50 from every icka she ever slept with. I'm gonna need 50 from you. I'm gonna need 50 for you. It's like back in the day and today, we're playing that game. Oh, I'm going to get in a termination. I'm gonna need $500, and you tell three niggas the same story, and then you go to Miami and get a BBL. No, no, no. But, and however, that's where we are with that, y'all. And I know it's a lot going on in politics, but I'm ignoring it. I'm acting like ain't nothing happening. I'm acting like ain't nothing. I'm acting like Iran is our friend. I'm acting like Russia is our buddy. Canada is our cousin. I'm acting like ain't nothing going on. Like I'm acting like ain't nothing going on. Nothing. In my head and in my fantasy, Barack Obama is still the president, and our life is calm. in my head. Barack is still the president. Everybody still got their benefits. Iraq, no, they better not even try it. Canada is our best friend. You know what I'm saying? All of that. I'm acting like nothing ever happened. I'm acting like none. I'm in my head. Life is great. There was. It's an old issue going. I'm acting like it's not going on. I do not watch the news. In my town, there was an ICE raid, and multiple people called me because it was on the local news, and they was like, "It was an ICE raid on the south side. It was an ICE raid." I said, "What, girl? I didn't see that. There was a fire, and this apartment building burned down to the ground, and there were some Hispanic men working on the property, bringing it back to life. ICE pulled up in a van, and it already had, according to what I was told, because I don't watch news, and they had multiple people already in the van. Now, you know, ICE don't know the difference between Puerto Rican, Cuban, Mexican, black. It's Cuba got some real. They can get away with it because as long as they don't talk, ICE is gonna think they're this because they this dark. They this dark. I created my own world in my head. Obama's still the president in my head. So anyway, if you from Cuba or um, DR and you this dark, as long as you don't talk and they don't hear your accent, you cool. Because they don't know the difference. They don't care. Even Africans, Kenyans, and all that. If you a black person from America, we know the difference. I don't know how, but we do. Between a black American and a Kenyan black or South African black. We just know. But they don't know. They don't know. So you can get away with it. Just don't talk and show that you have an accent. So anyway, locally, they just literally, that is so scary. Oh my God. Could you just imagine you're at work and people come up to you? Oh, this almost happened at my on my campus last year. I said last year when all the ICE stuff first started. Finish that one story. Okay, so they took like 5 men away from that property. Okay, fine, they go. Last year on campus, I was minding my business in the adjunct office. And then an adjunct came in. It was like, ICE is on campus. And I'm like, what? ICE is on campus. What? Why we get an email saying, and the president of my school is wonderful because he rejected all of that shit. Like, he was pissed. But they basically said, if you encounter ICE, like, and they are literally, oh my God, dragging your student out of the classroom or wherever, do not interfere with what they got going on. They was like, don't interfere with what they got going on. I've never experienced that. I can't see myself not saying anything. If I see ICE literally dragging folks, I'm gonna probably say something. I'm gonna probably say something until they look at me like they want to put me in handcuffs, and then I'm gonna shut up. And then I'm gonna shut up. I ain't gonna say shit. Shit. But that's what. And it's so disheartening that I don't know if I got anybody. And I'm gonna be like, put them down, do them down, get out. They go, Miss, if you don't shut up, you're gonna be arrested. I ain't gonna say shit. Look, I'm just like this. So anyway, chapter 3. Guys, we're in chapter 3 now. Carlos is Carlos is not in the class anymore. We're in chapter 3. I can't witness it. I know how I am. I know first of all, I know I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna be crying and doing the chapter 3 verse 11. Okay. I'm gonna be crying and doing the most. I don't want to see it. I don't. I don't want to see it because it just brings me back to if you ever studied Hitler and everything that happened during that time. When I tell you this is a repeat of history, a repeat. Look at all my new members. Yay! When I tell you it is a repeat of history, if you study Hitler and what happened during that war and during that time, the Jews was just being swiped up. Swiped up. Just come with me. Oh, you got a business? I don't give a damn. You don't got no business no more because somebody else going to take this. Come with me. Come with me. And even today, like, you think about those 5, 6 guys that they picked up in my town. Where are they now? Where are they? Let's say it was a single father there, y'all. Picture this, because this is what makes the shit real. Let's say it was a single father, and at home he had a 8-year-old, maybe a 14-year-old, whatever, minor children. They don't have a mama. He was working to try to make ends meet. They waiting for Poppy to come home, and Poppy don't come home. He don't come home, and he don't have papers. What's gonna happen to those kids? And maybe they don't have family here that can take them. So now they never see Poppy again. Because where do they go? They don't know where the camp is. Where do they go? Is he able to tell them, look, I got kids at my house. I gotta be able to tell them something. Where they gonna go? What they gonna do? The shit is whack. This shit is so whack. But nobody cares if it's not your life, if it's not affecting you, then who gives a F? But many people have to give a F. Hi, Maria. We have to give a F. We have to. So, that's what's going on with that. If we're going to do that, was the politics. That was just a little bit of politics. Like I said, I don't watch the news. In my head, President Obama is still the president. Life is still lifing. People are not being picked up in vans and taken to concentration camps. Because that's what I call them. And everything is everything. Is that reality? 100% no. That is not reality. The reality is that people who are citizens and not citizens, because they don't know the difference, are being picked up and taken to these detainment centers. Hi, Taylor. And taken to these detainment centers, and they try to figure it out. Portia, that wasn't her baby daddy, but Portia, man, Simon, he's sitting up in the detention center in Atlanta. And having money and being able to get a lawyer and all that is not, that is, they don't give a damn. Simon allegedly is still sitting up in a detention center because Simon can't get his papers because he came here illegally twice and 3 times. He got deported. Well, Simon back in Nigeria. Where are you from? Nigeria. Simon back in Nigeria, y'all. Simon got about 4 or 5 aliases. He probably will be back. Well, now that man that's in the White House said if you got five, I can't even say this. If you have $5 million, you can get a passport. I mean, citizenship. You go right from here go your 5 million to here go your green card, blue card, social security number, everything. Girl, no, he didn't. I gotta go on Simon's page. And you know if Portia gonna get kicked out of that house. Portia, you can't pay the electric bill on that motherfucking mansion. Oh, she make me sick with her big old stank booty. You ever see somebody with an old stankin' booty? That's Portia. Ugh. Gonna marry that old ass man. Thank you. Oh God! But thank you for the $5. Thank you for the $5. Anywho, ciao bye. Okay. So anywho, y'all already know what's up. Obama's still the president. Yes, he is. Um, she gotta sell that house, cake, and she can't afford that. And really, Simon was a scammer too. Simon was a scammer, so who knows who name that house is in? Like, why would you even want to stay there? Portia is weird. Portia is weird. Portia is weird. Portia is weird. For real. Why would you even want to stay in that house? I would never. But that's Portia. She don't make the greatest decisions. But we was talking about immigration. So, anyways, they just told me that Simon has been deported. Mind you, they don't care if you got kids, none of that shit. I heard she did. But is that real money? Because Simon is a scammer. I wouldn't trust that that was money that she'll ever see. Because you can be ordered $10 million, but that don't mean you're going to get the $10 million. So, especially, if he got his money. Girl, I don't know what Simon got going on. But he'll be back. Did Peter go to jail yet? Y'all know Peter going to jail. Peter from Atlanta Street. Atlanta. Housewives of Atlanta. Peter's going to prison for tax fraud. Peter going to prison. Especially he left that damn country. Portia, if she see the money, fine. But Portia, girl, mm-mm. But Simon, nah, not Simon. Peter going to jail for, Peter got locked. Peter locked up too? Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Yo, let's go through everybody that's, and locked up celebrities. Oh, Lord. You know who I was thinking about the other day, which is crazy because why am I even thinking about her? Karen from Real Housewives of Potomac. You know Karen is still locked up. Or am I wrong? Karen is still locked up, right? Karen is sitting up in a woman's prison. So bald headed. Oh, Karen, I know they won't let you wear no wig or nothing in there. Karen's locked up. Peter about to be locked up. Simon don't got. This is all Real Housewives people. All right, let's get off of them. Let's look at. It's still behind bars. My God, today. Oh, I know Karen is going through it in there. But you know what? I said if Martha Stewart can do it, then hell, maybe. I ain't gonna put that on myself. Karen can do it too. Karen gonna come out a better person. I believe she's gonna come out muscular. You know how they go in and come out muscular. Yup. Karen is still locked up. That's crazy. But let's talk about celebrities that's locked up. So R. Kelly was sentenced to 45. Wait, they said he is not he not supposed to get out to 2045. I'll slap a judge in their face if they said that to me. Oh, you're not getting out to 2045. Oh, I'm getting out to 2045. Why you even say that shit? Just say I'm never getting out. She did. And after she came out, everybody started buying them little things she had. So she had crocheted up in there. Everybody was buying them because she was crocheting. But so R. Kelly just went to the hospital. He's trying to get moved to a new location. Prison is prison. But he said that they overdosed him or gave him too much medication. His lawyer was like, he need to get out. He's sick. He'll just go to the infirmary. You don't get to get out because you're sick. It's people in prison with dementia and Alzheimer's, and they still in prison, and they're very much sick. So now we got R. Kelly, 2045. We'll never see him again. Blueface, if y'all follow that, and Krishan and all that to do. That ain't kids to us. He's locked up. Um, what's the one with the bad eye? The rapper with the bad eye. He don't have no eye. He's locked up. Obviously, Diddy is locked up. I already told you I had a dream. Diddy's not going to go to prison. He's going to beat this case because you can't. I know he's an ignorant, nasty, sex deviant weirdo, but that's not against the law. And everybody they brought to testify against them were willing participants. Tori, oh, they stabbed Tori. Tori got stabbed 52 times by a Spanish gang member who to me sounds like he's a little bit paranoid, schizophrenic, and he thought Tori was after him or some shit like that. He's already serving life, so he don't give a goddamn who he poke. He don't care who he poke. He don't care. So he poked Corey, and now they trying to get a mistrial for that, but because they showed the footage of what's her name saying in the hospital that she didn't get shot. No, she didn't get shot, and Corey never shot her. But she already said she lied because she didn't want to get Corey in trouble. So that's over. Suge Knight is a done deal. He's done stuff to people that nobody gonna ever know about. But we literally saw him run that man over and then run him over again. So what world do you live in that you think you can do that to people? He's done up. Then the other one that's doing life that Monica think is her boyfriend. C Money, C Murder. Done up. Done up. But Diddy, you think Diddy going down? His reputation and everything else about him will never be the same. But I think he gonna walk out like OJ. I think he gonna walk out like OJ. I do. I believe he's going to walk out like OJ did. And then there'll be all of the lawsuits. There'll be a lot of, what's the other lawsuit where you ain't got to go to jail? You ain't got to go to jail, but you got to pay people. All those kind of lawsuits are going to come his way from all of his victims. But I don't believe he's going to jail. I don't. That's not, and I'm not an attorney, but they trying to get him with the RICO and prostitution. from grown people, civil lawsuit. Thank you, KK. From grown people, if I know I likes to do things with Johnny, and Johnny live in California, but me and my husband like to get down with Johnny once a month, and I call Johnny, and I'm like, Johnny, you available this weekend? Me and Honey Boo want to get down with you. And Johnny like, yeah, send me a ticket. I send Johnny a ticket. He come out here. We do a little bit of strange things. We give him a tip and send him back to Cali. Was that prostitution? The charges were too aggressive. They were too aggressive. They were too. He's nasty. He's a sexual deviant. Would I ever trust him with anybody that I liked, loved, or didn't like? No. He is a sexual deviant. He's mean. He's nasty. He's abusive. He's weird. He's all of that. But these charges and and, and those witnesses, nah, nah, nah. He didn't have a taste for young girls. He didn't. That's not his deviance. That's not his sexual deviance. That's R. Kelly's sexual deviance. He like them pre-adolescent with them little tiny buds of tits. He like that. Yeah. Sixth grade, seventh grade type shit. 12, 13, 14 type shit. That wasn't that wasn't Diddy. Diddy like grown ass women and allegedly men. And not everything is sexual deviance too. Just because I don't like it doesn't mean that it's wrong. People have threesomes all the time. They swing. They could be out here swinging right now in my neighborhood, but they ain't invite me. Next time you go on a cruise ship and you see a red bow, I forget what they do. I'm gonna make this up. You see a red bow on somebody's door, they swing. I just gonna say that. They be swinging on them boats. The swinging community is everywhere. Did he really like women? He treated them like crap. No, he don't respect women. He don't respect women. He don't respect himself. He's horrible. He's a horrible person. Christine, you right. It's a pineapple. It's Christine, you talking about on the boats? Yes. They hang a pineapple. Okay. They put a pineapple. Girl, how you know? How you know? When somebody pointed that out to me on one of the cruises I was on, trying to see if I was down with that shit, how dare you? I'm just gonna walk in your stateroom and we all gonna get down. Now, in my mind and the way I am, I could never. But if it's six consenting adults in that stateroom that had a pineapple on the door, a paper pineapple, I've seen strings of little pineapple. You know how you they so stupid. Like decorations, like, cause some people decorate their doors on cruise ships, which is a good idea because you know everybody be so drunk they can't find their own room. But you know your decorations. So anyway, yes, Christine, we're not judging you, but Christine knew what I was talking about. Swingers. There's multiple swinging parties going on right now in the United States. And it literally could be my neighbor. Is that sexual deviance? Is that against the law? Is that no? If it's consenting adults, no. Freak-offs are not against the law unless somebody is being drugged against their will, coerced into doing it, beaten. Like, those things make the act illegal. But if I call Johnny and Callie, tell him to come out here because me and my husband want to get down, and I give him a tip, heavy on the word tip, that's not illegal. That's not me running a prostitution ring. And that's really what Diddy was doing. Come on, y'all. Don't do that. Don't do that. Do I think he's a danger to society? Yes. Yes. Yes, I do. Because of his money, power, and influence, and his deviant way of thinking, he's probably going to continue to hurt people even if he's out. But I think also many of his victims light on the word victim, honestly. Like, were you really? Were you really? I'm going to take Cassie out of that because she was with him for years and she loved him and he really mind fucked her. So I'm going to take Cassie out of that. But Miss Honey that's on the stand right now, 50 Cent baby mother, girl. Hey, Monica. Girl. Girl, bye. Girl, bye. But other than that, no, I don't think 50, I don't think Diddy is going to jail. I think he's going to walk out all obnoxious like OJ did. I saw it in a dream. Yep. It's going to be 4 juries that's not going to be able to come to the decision, and they're going to, it's not going to be a mistrial. They're just going to say not guilty. They're going to convince the other ones that he's not guilty. And he's going to be jumping up and down and acting real dumb. Girl, did y'all see when Kanye went to the court in that tight ass outfit? All right, Christine, we gonna see. I don't believe he is. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. We gonna see. They gonna go to. I think this is the last week of testimonies. This is the last week of testimonies. So the jury will go deliberate. They're not gonna deliberate long. They're gonna argue a little bit. But they ain't going to deliberate long because they just going to say F it. The one jury say he's sick. Oh, y'all. But they did see the videos. They just saw Freakoffs. Ooh. They saw the videos last week. This week. They saw the videos. They didn't see everything. I'm going to hurt this fly. But they saw the videos. Oh, wow. But I don't think they saw nobody getting beat down to the ground. They saw a room full of people just doing stuff. Ooh, them people traumatized. Oh, my God, today. Or we don't know what they into. You don't know what they into. But we'll see. It ain't our family, so if you go to jail, it don't affect us. If you don't go to jail, it won't affect us that way either, child. Ugh. I don't know how many of the videos they gonna show them folks, because y'all already don't traumatize them. Shit. Put a 1 in the chat if you want to see those videos. Put a 1 in the chat if you want to see them videos. With Diddy and some of your favorite artists in them. Put a 1 in the chat if you would You would review them if you had to. Thank you. I'm gonna take them out though in a minute. I just don't feel like doing my hair. You don't want to see them. As a professional person who does lecturing about human sexuality, I would review them only for professional professional reasons only. Professional reasons only. But yes, I would definitely review those tapes. I'm lying. I could barely watch the R. Kelly one with him pissing and peeing all over people. Mm-mm. 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 Yes. They're squirting all that baby oil. Everybody all greasy. Everybody's greasy. The whole room is greasy. Sliding all up and through. Y'all, the one thing I haven't clearly heard was, did Diddy have relations with the male prostitutes? Like, I didn't hear that. Like, I know we heard what he liked to do with their juices, but was there any testimony of the male prostitutes that they had relations with him? I've never seen R. Kelly or Kim and Ray J. I only saw the R. Kelly like a second. Kim and Ray J is wild. Saw that. They look like babies. They look so young. They were young. They were of age. But do you know? And this is the part that why I can never respect her mother. So Ray J filmed that video. You know, back in the day, that was done on a camcorder. So the quality wasn't that good. The angles weren't good. None of that. So when it leaked, when the video leaked and everything got out, Kim mom was like, "Well, fuck it, we might as well make money on it." Do you know, according to Ray J, that they made them refilm that? They told them to, told, made, asked, paid. They refilmed those shots. Yeah. And Kim is reaping what she sowed because her kids are getting older and they're going to watch, especially that oldest bad one. She gonna watch the whole thing. Yeah, she is. Yeah. So I can't even feel bad for Kim because, girl, as soon as they told you that to refilm it, come on now. It was the same thing with Mimi from Love and Hip Hop. Mimi and her man refilmed that scene with the curtain rod. They refilmed it. It was like a two people. Yes, Ray J told us that. The male worker said Diddy was involved. Oh, Monica! Thank you, boo. Thank you, Monica. It was like it was Tubi-ish because they were so young, and back then, you had to use that big old camcorder. But Kim said she was high as a Cooter Brown that night. Kim said she was on E. Kim said she was tripping off of ecstasy. Ecstasy? And they say Ray J is a whole nose bandit to this day. To this day. We can go on and on, can't we? Thank you so much, Monica. We can go on and on with these folks. You know why? Because it's not our life, and they not coming to stay at our house. And we ain't got to be bothered with them. But we sure can talk about them. Because we're going to learn something. If I had a child or a grandchild who wanted to go into the music industry or to Hollywood, I would beg them not to do it. I would. Them people is weird. Hey, Katie. Them people are weird. Weird. I'll tell my child, do your scripts and shit online, child. Make a page and do that shit online. You're not going to Hollywood. Mm-mm. They'll never turn you out. Poor Justin Bieber, so turned out, he don't know what to do. And you can't tell me that Diddy didn't take advantage of them. I know he did. I know he did. But they can't get him on children. If they had any evidence that he messed with young children, girls or boys, he would have been, it's a wrap. Everybody allegedly in them videos was grown. Everybody was grown. That's how they got R. Kelly, because everybody wasn't grown. Everybody wasn't grown. And he got a charge for all them kids. Used to hang out at the McDonald's across the street from the high school. Dirty ass. But not during the Freakoffs. Too much of risk of being outed. Okay. And said he wiped their on his nipples. I heard who's who. Beaver ain't been right since. But whose mama? Usher, Beaver. Why would you send your child to these people? Diddy camp. You know Diddy turned them little boys out so bad that was doing the making of the band that one of them got to take shots, mental health. He's on probably Integra for his schizophrenia. Now, the boy could have been schizophrenic anyway, regardless of what happened. But he has gone through so much trauma and been so traumatized by his experience with Sean that he'll never be the same. That without his monthly shot, he can't even function. He turned them kids out. He turned them kids out. But being mean and ignorant is day 26. Q from day 26. He's not mentally stable. Q is sick. Q is traumatized. He was on, one of the podcasts, and it was the whole team. It was all of them. And they all was so like traumatized and upset. But when Q spoke and talked about his mental breakdowns and his current mental health and how he's on medicine because he cannot function without it, that the whole team they just all cried. And they still didn't tell everything. And we see that with victims. They don't. They don't. I work with victims all the time. They don't. Especially kids. They tell you a little piece of the story. Oh yeah, that happened. Oh yeah, that happened. Oh yeah, this happened. Like if a kid come in and tell me, let's say the mom said, "Oh, I think my boyfriend touched my daughter," and the kid tell a story as if she was coached. I know it's a coaching because in most cases they don't come in and run it down like that. Oh, he did this, 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 blah, 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 blah. You're not going to get it out of them like that. And that's usually like a sign of coaching because they're so embarrassed, devastated, scared. They don't tell the story like that. There's some things I bet you Cassie didn't even tell. Yeah, it was on Vlad. They was in pain when Q spoke. It was like a anger in them, a sadness. It's hard to tell a story of abuse because then you have to expose yourself, and that is what the hard part is. I don't. How would you tell somebody for them to say, "I did this"? It's the shame. Thank you, Christine. It's the shame. It's the guilt. It's the embarrassment. If I'm if I'm gonna send you to jail, I gotta tell you all of these things. And all the victims or whatever that Diddy had, what are they gonna benefit from it? There is no benefit for them. They have to live with what they've told the world, and people are cruel. If they're angry at him and want to get him back and all that, okay. But that's why you didn't hear Day 26 members really, really go into any kind of sexual things. They didn't give details. Now, the mother kids, wait a minute now. What's that group that Amarion is in? Amarion and the mother three. Biz. Is it Biz? Now, that one member in the group told his details of their cousin, B2K, of their cousin, Chris, I think his name is, who was their manager and sexually abusing the one member. Because O said he wasn't ever touched. The other three said they weren't touched, but you gonna touch one and not the other ones? I don't believe that. But he gave details. He gave details of his abuse. He did. And that's a lot for a man. Boys don't tell. They don't. Usually, you're going to get a girl to tell before a boy. They don't tell. But I forget his name. The one that told, like, the details. And it was hard to hear that. It was so hard to hear that. But, and however, Diddy, you hurt a lot of people, you skank. He hurt a lot of people. And I always said something ain't right with the twins, y'all. Something ain't right with the twins. Because after their mama died, mysteriously, few days later, if not a week, Diddy had them doing TikTok dances. And everybody deals with grief differently. But I looked in their eyes. And I think they were just in a state of shock. But Diddy, why you got them out here doing TikTok dances? Their mom literally just passed away, you no good son of a bitch. And you got them out there. The fuck? You dirty dog. Because allegedly. What if Diddy is in his cell listening to this right now? Ah! Hey, Sean. I don't believe therapy will help him. I don't. Therapy does not help everybody. I think when you have a deviant sexual mindset, it's very difficult to change. That most people with that mindset need to be monitored. They need to be monitored for the rest of their lives so that they won't hurt people. And yeah, but we're going to come back to this. We're going to have a verdict. And I'm either going to be on here saying, I told y'all, or damn, they gave that nigga 48,000 years plus two. Eligible for parole in 2087. We gonna all be gone by then. By the time he get parole, we gonna all be gone. Quincy has a story to tell, but we'll take it to his grave. Quincy is Diddy's type. I don't know. When I see Quincy, y'all think Quincy like boys? I always, he's a womanizer. Hey, entertainment you love. Girl, I got my 2 hours in. I did an hour on TikTok, and I'm over here for an hour. A little bit. Eh. But I don't see Quincy Jones. How freaky do y'all think Bill Cosby was though? The reason why Bill went to jail is because he was Bill couldn't be bothered with y'all giving consent. Bill was like, if I call you over here, I'm gonna give you some Kool-Aid. I'm gonna drug you up and send you home. I'm gonna do it to you and send you home. And that's illegal. That's illegal. Al B. Shore's son, Quincy. That's illegal. You can't give somebody a drug and then do the nasty to him. And he was wrong on all levels. All levels. All levels. Bill Cosby is a sexual deviant. I don't know I think they say he got a little bit of dementia right now. He got a little bit of dementia. How many years did Bill do, y'all? 5? 6? He did a little bit of time. Bill did a little bit of time. But he's a sexual deviant. That's why they call it Hollyweird. Hollyweird. I just can't get past just hurting people. Just hurting. You're hurting people. And you're okay with that. You can't fix the mentality of somebody who gets off on hurting people. They get off on it. Like, the more you scream, the more they like it. The more you beg, the more they like it. Like, that's the turn on for them. Shit is disgusting. There's roots to Diddy's behavior. His mother has secrets. They said she was at some of the Freakoffs. They said she was at some of the Freakoffs. Mama Diddy was at some of the Freakoffs. And they said that he used to be abusive to Mary J. Used to come in the studio, slap her in the face, and then allegedly raped her, and allegedly she was pregnant by him, allegedly. Bill got dementia, girl. The Bill walking around right now with dementia. Okay? Yeah, Bill got dementia. Naturally, Bill got dementia. My mother's not coming to my freak-offs. My mother is not coming to my freak-offs. Girl, I'm on my way over. Oh, the hell you not. I'm in the middle of a freak-off. Leave it at the door. You made me some potato salad. Leave it at the door. Leave it at the door. Yep, he got dementia. Diabolically. Well, you know what? Now he forget everything he did. My mom's not coming to my freak off. This might be weirder than we thought. I don't know who's supposed to be testifying next, child. But all I know is the people made them YouTubers made a bag, baby. Them YouTubers made a bag. They out there, they've been out there every day making a bag. And y'all know which ones I'm talking about. They've been out there sitting in that court hearing. Ugh, child. Mm-mm. I'm nosy, but jeez, I ain't that nosy, child. And hearing all that mess. Mm-mm. Well, y'all, that's about it. That's all I got for tonight. Y'all know I'm unemployed, so I'm not busy. I'll be back. Thank Marquette. You know, I'm not busy. And while I'm not busy, I'm just going to be on social media. Diddy said his mother could get on all fours. That weird video when they kissed on a lip. Oh, yeah. Remember? Good night, KK. I just don't know how them daughters has been coming to court. I haven't seen them back in court lately, but remember how they were coming to court? And Quincy, you need to take your little yellow ass on home to your daddy, your birth dad. Ugh. He gets on my nerves. Wait till they all find out that he unalived your mama. Let me see how long all y'all gonna be over there then. Because his oldest son's baby mother got a lot to say too. Everybody's holding back. This man is weird. They know how dangerous he is. They know. They've lived it. Him all up in their face, choking them out, punching them in the face, all that. Child, please. Anyway, good night. Bye. Thank you, everyone, for the super chats. Thank you for my new memberships. Members, when you get a chance, go over. I'm going to drop something for members only so y'all can, you know, and that's it, and that's all, y'all. Thank you. Bye.